welcome to the brief at 30. You're here with me, Sandro Satijit. In your local news, the President's Media Division says that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has accepted the letter of resignation tendered by member of the Election Commission, Mrs. P.S.M. Charles. And moving on to other news here in Sri Lanka, meanwhile, journalists have also questioned the Minister of Agriculture as to why the financial aid promised to farmers has not yet been provided. This is done by the Department of Agrarian Development. According to information I have received from them, 90% of funds have been deposited to their accounts. The issue here is that some have made mistakes with the accounts. There are some shortcomings with the officers. We are investigating this. 10,000 rupees per hectare and 20,000 rupees per 2 hectares has already been allocated for this purpose. We will provide these funds accordingly. Moving on to news overseas, North Korea has said it will expand and intensify military drills to ensure that its armed forces are prepared for any war.
The decision came at a meeting of the Central Military Commission of the ruling Workers' Party on Monday that was chaired by leader Kim Jong-un. According to North Korean media, top of the agenda was, quote, the issue of constantly expanding and intensifying the operation and combat drills of the Korean People's Army and strictly perfecting the preparedness of war, unquote. The Commission's meeting took place with North Korea widely expected to stage a military parade on Wednesday to mark the founding anniversary of its armed forces and showcase the latest hardware from its growing nuclear weapons and missile program. Commercial satellite imagery has shown North Korean troops practicing in formation in Pyongyang.
And in your sports news, 8 Argentina rugby players have been sentenced in a high-profile case relating to a death.
8 amateur rugby players have been sentenced to lengthy prison terms for 2020 murder that shocked Argentina after an 18-year-old was beaten to death in what critics described as a racist and classist attack. 5 of the 8 defendants, all between the ages of 21 and 23, were handed sentences of life imprisonment on Monday in the death of Fernando Baez Sosa, a law student from a Paraguayan-born family. The other 3 each received 15 years for playing a, quote, secondary role in the incident.
That's all the news for now. Wait the brief at 30 throughout the evening for more news in brief.